Hey guys. So, do you remember when I was given my whole story of my kidney stone experience? And I said, and also Big Brother Imai was over and he found kittens in the backyard where the dogs don't go. And I didn't really give an update to the kittens. So, at first, we think there's 2 kittens. And we think there's just kittens. Maybe 3. So, we go try to find these kittens, right? And our neighbor, bless her heart, is unfortunately a crazy cat lady. So there's cats all over the place in our neighborhood because of her. She has like stuff built in the backyard, like specially built for cats to enjoy. Like crazy. Okay? And her husband, poor guy, just wanted a dog. And a few years ago, they finally got a dog. And he loves that thing. But there's a gazillion cats in this neighborhood because of her. And so we try to figure out what the heck to do about these cats. We contact our neighbor, our next door neighbor. And we're like, hey girl, there's kittens in our yard. And we know you know how to deal with that. We don't, right? So she's like, yeah, I got it. Also, if you guys remember when I said that my dog barked so much she lost her voice, that's because of the kittens. She was losing her mind at the kittens. That's why she lost her little doggy bark for a couple of days, is because of all the kittens. Okay? So our neighbor has some traps. She puts out 2 traps in like the area in which my brother saw these cats. Mind you, I have never seen these cats. When the cats were first seen, I was throwing up. So I've never seen the cats. I had never seen the cats. I walked out the next day and like went around and I saw things moving into like a bit of there's like it's a little messy in the specific area where the cats are, but there's like some old stuff there and they were like moving into stuff under it. So I found their hiding spot basically, but I only saw a cat that looked like a normal cat, not a kitten. Okay. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Surely there's more than just this cat in here, but I don't know what's going on. So then I go back and report back to Mama Imai that this is what I've seen. She reports to our neighbor. Our neighbor puts out 2 traps. 2. And she puts them out when the sun goes down. And by the time the night comes, and she catches these cats, the next day she looks in the traps. There's 3 kittens and the mama cat. All 4 of them, okay? Then we're like, cool, we caught all the kittens. Mama Imai tells me what these kittens look like, and she's like, yeah, there's a black one. The black one is the most friendly. Then there's a gray one, and then there's a gray and black striped one. But then on Mother's Day, Big Brother Imai and I are talking about these cats because I still haven't seen the kittens, right? So we're talking about these kittens and he's like, yeah, it was like a black and white one. And I'm thinking, nobody said black and white. So then my sister-in-law, she shows me like a picture of what the cat looks like, and it's a long-haired tuxedo cat. It's Mona with long hair, okay? So I'm thinking, I don't think anybody told me about a cat looking like this, right? Then next day, Mama Imai goes, there's a 4th kitten, and we didn't catch it. So then I'm like, how do we know? The neighbor watches these cats all the time. She has the rest of the family with her in her house next door, right? But this kitten has been going next door to my neighbor's house and like eating her food, eating like the cat food that she leaves out, and just like chilling with all these cats. It's without paying rent. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, but so we figure out now there's a fourth kitty. We need to get this fourth kitten because we want the family to be together. We don't want to take them apart, right? I feel bad. We've just taken a kitty cat away from his or her family for an extended period of time. So I'm feeling horrendous, okay? So I've been, for the last day and a half, periodically checking my entire front yard and part of my backyard that is inaccessible to my dogs, looking for this little kitty cat, okay? For the last day and a half. I'm searching around. Then Mama Imai's like, have you seen the cat traps that the neighbor puts out? And I was like, no, I haven't seen one. And then she says, oh, maybe she put it in her yard because the gardener's coming tomorrow, right? So I go over and I'm like, I'll go check. So I go outside and I go towards the neighbor's yard. Mind you, she has a full fence blocking off her entire front yard, okay? So I go over, looking over the fence, looking to see if I can see anything of like a trap of some sort. I look over, and on the walkway is a tiny little long-haired tuxedo kitten. Just chilling in her front yard. The neighbor doesn't have like cameras. We have cameras in the front yard that'll show like stuff that's going on. So the neighbor has no clue that this little kitten is there. So I see this tiny little tuxedo kitten chilling in the front yard next to another long-haired tuxedo cat and another cat, because there's like a gazillion cats. Mind you, earlier when I went to go check, there was an orange tabby that I found. There's just so many cats around. Okay, so then I book it back to my house. I run back to my house. I run in and I'm like, Mama, I found the kitten. It's in our neighbor's front yard. It's in her front yard, just like on the step. So she's like, I'm gonna call her. So my mom takes the phone. I run back outside. This is all like 5-10 minutes ago, by the way. Like this was all like before stream. I run back outside and I am starting to look for this cat. It's gone. So then I'm like, oh no, I scared away the kitten when I ran off, didn't I? Right? So I feel horrendous again. And then the neighbor comes out and I was like, he was right there. The little guy, he was right there. I promise. And he must have ran off. And she was like, did you see where he ran to? And I was like, I have no idea where it ran off. I have no clue. Right? And then I see some movement in her bushes. And I'm like, I think he's right there. And then he runs over to another side of the bush that is right up against a little wall. There's like a half wall partition between our yards, okay? Our front yards. So it runs up to this little wall, and I'm like, oh, it ran that way. So then we're like examining both sides of this wall, and I see it, a tiny little itty bitty tiny little kitten. Okay, it's so small, it's so tiny. I see it, and I try to I crouch down to try to like make myself smaller, to make myself less intimidating, right? And I'm like trying to get its attention, but it's scared and it runs off to the other side of the wall again, and then it starts running around the wall. What the cat does normally is it will be in her yard and then it'll run all the way around the wall and then run up my driveway and then off to the other side of the yard where it was previously living with its entire family, okay? So I'm standing here waiting for it to turn this little corner, and I see the teeny tiniest little face, the smallest little kitten face poke around the wall, and I'm gonna cry, and it looks so scared, and it just runs, it just darts across my yard. It's the fastest little guy I've ever seen. It just books it, right? So now I'm like, it's running that way. And so I try to find it, and I've lost it because it's so fast, but it went in the same direction. So now once the sun goes down, our neighbor is going to put out 2 more traps. Here's the thing. There was a trap before in the same area for this little kitten, and it set the trap. It hit the trap, right? And then it ran off, so it wasn't caught, but it triggered it because he's a fast little guy. So she's gonna set out 2 more traps again, and I'm gonna be checking them periodically. So every once in a while, I'm gonna leave stream to check for the kitty cat every once in a while, especially once it gets after dark. I'm just letting you know. But anyway, I found a little kitty cat, and it was so cute, guys. The cat was so cute. Anyway, that's what I was doing. That's why stream was late.